Hello everyone. So got a good question about when grass is at its most sugary. So grass does contain sugar, and that is why the horses love to eat that little spring grass and fall grass. And we received a question about when there's the highest content of sugar in grass. So great question. The sugar in grass reacts to photosynthesis, aka sunlight. So first thing in the morning, there is not as much sugar in the grass because the grass has photosynthesis has stopped for the entire night because obviously it's dark, and photosynthesis can only occur when there is sunlight. So essentially the sunlight makes the grass, it increases the sugar content. So what that means is throughout the night there is not a lot of sugar content happening because obviously it's dark. So it would just make sense that first thing in the morning you're not going to get a lot of sugar content as well because you're coming off the moon cycle instead of the sun cycle. So basically early morning is a pretty good time to turn your horses out on grass. But then as you venture into the afternoon hours, the sugar content is going to increase with the photosynthesis. So with that said, a lot of people who are trying to, I suppose, manage sugar with their horses, if you only have certain turnout times per day, then morning times are a great time for that. So just keep in mind that when you get into late afternoon, you are going to have a very high sugar content. So if you have a metabolic horse or a horse that's prone to laminitis or founder, or a horse that has Cushing's or something like that, then it's definitely best to keep them on that morning grass. Early morning to mid-morning is fine. And then late afternoon, when the sun is at its peak, you're probably going to want to pull them off that grass. Now, as you go into evening time again, then it's gonna slow everything down. Now, a lot of people in the summertime will they'll pull their horses up. They do 12 in, 12 out. So they'll put their horses out throughout the night, and then they will they'll let them graze during the night when there's no photosynthesis occurring, and also it's much cooler at night, especially for those hot summers. And then during the day, they will put them up either on a dry lot with some shade, or they will put them in the barn with fans. So anyway, I hope that helps with people who might be a little confused about the grass and the sugar content in the grass. Just remember, the sun is what drives the sugar in your grass. And Cutter is enjoying licking this bucket here. I have, and so is Whiskey, although he just likes to pick them up and crush the buckets after he's done with them. He smashes them. Sweet boy, I think you've gotten everything out of this bucket, okay? But thank you for cleaning it for me, okay? That's a good boy. So I'm gonna go over here and get these other two buckets. But everybody is doing really well. We are going to, please don't do that. You don't have to be so destructive, though, buddy. No. All right, so we're going to pick these up. We got some body language going on here between Cutter and Whiskey. You're running me over now. That's a good boy. Okay. Just going to get those buckets out of here because they're causing too much of an issue. But anyway, if you guys have any more questions about grass or photosynthesis, definitely, feel free to ask, but it's pretty simple. The more sun there is, the higher the sugar content. So just kind of keep that in mind. Okay, take care. And this is Trixie. And people are going to ask, so I'm going to cover this. Trixie's owners, they gave her a clip. She had to go down to Florida a couple of weeks ago, so they clipped her belly. They shaved her a little bit under here. Some people clip the horses to keep them cooler. They were riding her a lot in Florida, so they did, you know, they did give her a little bit of a haircut here. So anyway, that is that. And she is a curly coated Appaloosa. That is what Trixie is. All right.